actually more accurate if you are a little, they're saying harsh with it. I don't actually think it's harsh. I don't use any pleases anymore. The way I speak to it is, I need you to do this. You know, if it did a good job, I say, great work, keep it up. I do need you to change XYZ. If it didn't do a good job, the way I talk to it is I say, I'm really frustrated with you. It's not rude, it's just clear.
Welcome to Life Changing Money, a podcast all about one of the most taboo topics in the world, money. I'm your host, Barbara Streehans, and we're going behind the scenes on business owners' journeys to money, success, and wealth. Let's get started. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Life Changing Money. I am so excited and honored to have the Callan Faulkner on the podcast. I mean, you're the number one AI coach in the world.
I love it. Yeah.
How did that come to be?
I don't even know. I mean, it's been such a wild journey. Well, now 2 years ago, I saw ChatGPT for the first time. I was running a tech consulting business, and I think most people saw ChatGPT for the first time doing something. And for me, it was like full body yes. Love at first sight.
A full body yes right away?
Oh, yeah.
I saw it and I was like, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did it do for you?
It's weird. I mean, I like it now, but it's a weird concept.
Okay, fair enough. I'm just like anything to save time. So I just immediately saw it as I was running my real estate investing business. My team, number one, was asking me so many questions every day. Oh, we have this piece of land. We don't know, like, can we put a septic tank on it or not? So they would call me. My phone was just blowing up. Yeah. Like, you can just go in this thing, say I have a piece of land in Spring Hill, Florida. It's 2 acres. And I have no idea if I can put a septic tank on it. Who do I call and what questions should I ask? And it just comes back. It's like, you should call the county environmental department. Here's their phone number. Here's the 3 questions you should ask. Oh, like this is going to enable them to think like me. And then I started training it a little bit. And then suddenly I started putting in transcripts of me coaching them. And the FAQs, I started exporting my Slacks out of all these questions they asked me, and I would shove that in the back end. Suddenly I had this twin that was able to support them 24/7, and immediately the questions went down by 90%. And I started getting my time back to do all these other things, networking and having JV partner deals and investor partner meetings. I'm like, okay, so if I can get this thing to help them think better, get the admin stuff off their plate, this is actually going to allow them to elevate their role. I'm elevating my role. What could happen now with the exact same team? So that's why I got obsessed.
So if you're a business owner and you have ever thought like, I wish I could clone myself.
Yes.
This episode is for you.
Yes.
So you spoke 2 days ago at Minted Wealth Live, and the audience freaking loved it.
Awesome.
They were like, Callan is so funny and charismatic, but also you taught these business owners like how more they could get their time back. Can you share like a few of just your favorite tips and tricks?
Yeah, kind of a high level version of the talk. We talked about how to build wealth using AI. And the first thing we talked about is that every single person, if you run a business, every single person on your team has to be an AI architect. An AI architect is someone that can communicate properly with AI. They're thinking critically about what they actually need to get done. They do know how to build AI systems, and it is not a techie skill set. So that was kind of the first thing I was trying to break, is that I think we can feel really overwhelmed easily because we think AI is techie, and it's not. It's just a communication skill set. So there's 2 skills that are needed. The first skill is prompting. And I think a lot of us, especially even with my clients, are like, I know how to prompt. And then I show them my version of prompting. And
yes, I saw your version and I was like, I just say, write me an email to be less bitchy.
Right.
And yours is like 17 sentences long.
Yes.
I'm like,
and it's so funny. I was talking to this woman this morning. She was doing laser on my knee. And I just had knee surgery. And I was telling her, I'm like, no, you say it like this and like this. And so I gave the example of last summer, I had the tree go down in my backyard. It hit my fence. It hit the side of the house. And I was totally overwhelmed. And I went into ChatGPT and I said, you are an insurance adjuster with 30 years experience, maximizing insurance claims in Minnesota. I just had this tree go down. Here's the situation. And I just brain dumped on it. And that's one of the first keys, is to speak in a stream of consciousness. Like, it loves details. It loves context. And that's opposite of what Google likes. Google is, well, not likes, but when we talk to Google, we're like best restaurant Minnesota.
Near me. Yeah.
Yeah. Near me. Best restaurant near me. And Google's like gives you 1,000 responses versus AI is like, please give me details. So I gave it all the details of all the things that happened in my backyard. And then I gave it a request and I was like, please help me maximize this insurance claim. Ask me any questions that you need. Give me a script on how to talk to the insurance adjuster and get me the creative ways that I can get as much money as possible from this deal. Please ask me any clarifying questions. And that last piece is really important because AI wants to make you happy. So if you just say, hey, help me with this situation, it's just going to try to give you an answer. But if you say, please interview me, extract information out of me, there's probably details that I missed here. And a lot of times it will give me an answer. And if I don't like it, I'll say, ask me 5 more questions to make sure that we're on the same page because I'm a little frustrated with this response. So just making sure we're giving it enough information. And so it came back and it's like, hey, can you upload the building code for the city? And can you upload your insurance policy? Both, 100-page documents. Put both of those in there. And it actually found that, long story, but the stairs in the backyard actually needed to be fully redone. And I ended up getting an extra $15K from the deal because this insurance adjuster is not from Minnesota. He's from Kentucky. He flew in for the storm, so he doesn't know the building code. And so I was able to, he thought I was in insurance. And that was kind of a lot of my talk was like, you can be whoever you want to be. Yeah. Because of this access to knowledge.
What's like your favorite hack for your personal life?
Oh my God, I have so many. Let's just rattle some off. So I have a build a meal like Callen custom project. So I've loaded in my 20 favorite cookbooks. I've loaded in all of my mom's
cookbooks.
Yes.
How can you load a whole cookbook?
So it's kind of a hack, but if you own, this is a little bit of a morality thing, but there is a website called oceanofpdf.com.
Oh, I've heard of it.
It's a morality thing. I own these cookbooks physically. If you don't own the book and you get the PDF, that's not good karmically. So just don't do that. Don't do that. So get the book on Kindle at least, and then you can get the PDF version of the book from oceanofpdf.com. So I pulled those PDFs out and then I compressed them and then I put them on the backside of the custom GPT. And then I trained it on all my own recipes, how I like to cook. So I eat clean, no refined sugars, raw honey, maple syrup, and the oils that I like. And so then my house manager, when I say I want my Korean bowls, she can just use that GPT and she's like, what's the recipe for Callen's Korean bowls? And my house manager also speaks Spanish fluently. So then she just translates the whole recipe to Venezuelan Spanish. And I have a little prompt of like, if you're talking to Mary, make sure that, she'll say, this is Mary. And so it'll immediately start talking to her in Spanish and make sure she gets the recipe.
That is so cool.
Yeah. I would say that the other thing too, and I have a spiritual kind of woo-woo side to me. So I have a kind of my highest self GPT. So I've loaded in every time I reset my goals, which is typically twice a year, I will load in my 10-year vision, my 3-year vision. It's kind of this idea of Ben Hardy's like, be your future self now. So I will load in all of that. I'll load in, what am I manifesting? What are the next steps? Where am I at right now? What's all the pain I've been through? What are the spiritual challenges I've had? And so then she coaches me. So if I'm dealing with a situation, she'll say, well, your goal is XYZ. So, you can't be involved in this type of little situation. Like you need to delegate that, or, Callen wouldn't be thinking like that. The Callen of 20 years from now would never let this bother her, or that kind of thing.
Does she have a name?
She's just Callen. She's my girl. She doesn't care about what anyone thinks. She's already got her $100 million company. She's like got the family. She's like, why are you worried about that? It's no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have an amazing program that teaches people how to use AI better. How are you learning? Because I'm sure it's not just like, learn a prompt on GPT. Like, I'm sure it's way nerdier than that on your end. Yes. So like, where do you go to learn?
It's really funny. So I have Carter works for us and he's our director of curriculum and innovation. So he is DMing me at like 4 a.m. Like, you will never believe this. Google just came out with this. And oh my gosh, I just was using Atlas, the new ChatGPT browser, and he'll send me little mini videos. So he is 24/7 obsessed. So we're working on building his team so that we just have all these people that are constantly researching and just providing feedback loops. And you know what? Like, we have a community right now. So we do 2 cohorts a year for our program, our 12-week AI program. And
by the way, I've been in like conferences, events, rooms, masterminds where like, because everyone knew you were speaking at our event. So they would always come up to me and be like, Callen, I took her course and it changed my whole life. Yes. Like, that has been the feedback from everyone. So I hope you know.
It's incredible. Thank you. It's kind of like, we are both marketers. And so when I'm selling this course, it's obviously an AI rooted course, but what happens when you start to learn like this is your whole brain changes, because every time a problem surfaces, you don't think of it the same way. You think of, why did this problem happen and how could I build a system so that it never happens again? And that's in your personal life. So I have relationship coaches and I have, house checklists for parents, and we have, we're teaching them automation so that when the email from the school comes in, you can just forward it and it automatically creates events on the calendar for all the days, the dates and times for all these school things. So I think the biggest thing is yeah, I know, right? That's how you start thinking. You get this email in with like, it's tie-dye day and it's field trip on this day and this.
Yeah, I can't keep track.
100%. Mm-hmm. So then the whole idea is this is an AI architect thinking, how do I see this email and know what do I want to have happen? And you may not be the one building it. That's why I call it an architect, because architect is just kind of designing it. It's like, well, I would need a prompt that turns the email into calendar invites, and then an email that turns into text reminders. And then we use Zapier to make sure that the things happen at the right time. And also a personal development experience, because with AI, I have invested a lot of money in coaching and masterminds, and I go to these experiences. And right now I'm in Hormozy's mastermind, and he is teaching us such incredible information about marketing and sales and hiring. And so what I can do is I can take this information that I'm consuming and I can put it into my AI business coach. And so we have our own internal version of the Hormozy brain. So just so you guys know, like trademark wise, I can never sell this to someone. So this is just for us, but we've paid for this information. And he's coaching me all the time. And the best part,
I have like Alex AI or whatever it's called, his thing.
That's great. The issue, and I love Alex Hormozy's, if you ever listen to this, it'd be amazing if you did. Love you guys, call me. But the part I struggle with is it doesn't know anything about my business, and it doesn't know where my business is going, and it doesn't know the challenges, and doesn't know my team, and doesn't know the accountability charts, it doesn't know our KPIs. So I've loaded in every piece of financial data, all of our marketing KPIs, and then I have someone on my team every week updating that information so that I'm in that. He knows everything. So I don't have to get him up to speed on where we are and where we're going. And that's just the time savings for me. I'm like, I don't need to explain this again. Alex, you already know me.
Did you meet Ashley at the event on Monday?
Oh yeah, obsessed.
Because I told her she needs your program.
Yes.
And you're both in Hormozy's world. Yeah, she's in it too.
Okay.
She's in like private days.
Oh yeah,
with him.
she just did his private day. Yeah.
She's doing another one in April.
Amazing.
But her growth has been insane, and I work with her for ads.
Yes.
And I was like, you need an AI. Like you need Callen. And then she's like, I need Callen, and I think I need a person that there's strictly AI in my business.
Oh yeah. I mean, Cody Sanchez talks about this all the time, that she had full-time data analysts, $200K a year. I think there might've been 2 of them, and she let them go, replaced them with a $200 a month Perplexity Labs subscription, and an AI, or we'll call it kind of this internal AI architect, probably builder too. That's kind of a separate skill set of like actually building, but just constantly going in each department, looking at everything, watching people work. That is non-negotiable. If you are scaling past 7 figures, you have to understand the fundamentals. And I tell people all this all the time, because a lot of founders are like, well, I'll just send my team into the program. You can't do that. It's like the founders that were like, well, I'll just have my team use the computer. I'll just have my team use the internet. Well, if you don't know how to communicate with them about what you need to be able to tell them, guys, I need an AI project immediately that thinks and talks like me for my clients. I'm kind of thinking like this. I'm sure the instructions can be like this. I want it to be able to do this because you've seen it be done other places. That's the beauty. So that's what I told Ashley. I'm like, you need to know enough to be able to communicate with them. But her success without AI, I was telling her, I'm like, you are about to go onto a rocket ship.
Yeah.
If you can get AI embedded in your workflows.
I need it as well.
I know.
For my team and my company. What about the people that are like, oh, AI is really bad for the environment? Okay. So I talk really nicely to my AI. Like, I'm always like, please and thank you. And then someone told me that I'm wasting energy because I'm putting more words in it or something. Yeah. And my team's like, why are you so nice to your AI? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe one day it's going to take over. And at least I was the nice one to it.
So this is interesting. So let's talk about the environment for a second. AI is it's just like going on Instagram or going on TikTok. Like having 150 conversations with ChatGPT is the same energy usage as an hour of HD Netflix. So I'm all about the environment, and I understand the complexity, but AI is not the demon. Like, obviously we have significant energy usage across the board. So my issue with it is like the people that are commenting on my ads on Instagram, I'm like, you just use energy as well. So I understand. I think
of actual energy from their body,
right,
to talk shit,
yes.
Like,
and I got to use my energy back. But I'm now leading with all love to my wonderful ad commenters. So that's the truth about energy usage. And then the other thing is, so Sam Altman, who's the founder of ChatGPT, OpenAI, came out and said that the please and thank yous, if you're doing a separate chat, like if if it comes back with something and you say thank you, it's like, okay, well, technically you did use energy. So. And then they also came out with a study saying that it's actually more accurate if you are they're saying harsh with it. I don't actually think it's harsh. The way that I speak to it, I don't use any pleases anymore, because the way I speak to it is, I need you to do this. If it did a good job, I say, great work, keep it up. I do need you to change XYZ. If it didn't do a good job, the way I talk to it is I say, I'm really frustrated with you, because you do need to, it's like being clear. It's not really harsh or polite. It's actually how we should be speaking to our employees. I love you did that. Here's where you missed the mark. It's not rude. It's just clear. Mm-hmm. So it's back to this communication skill set. So if you can get very direct with it, that's what it loves. It just wants you to be direct.
What about the people that are like, it's going to take over the world?
Well, I say, look, I don't have any control over that. And all I know is that this is helping single moms get their time back. It's helping people that are in abusive relationships know how to leave and get resources. It's helping founders that don't have a team create a team immediately. They have a copywriter, they have a salesperson, they have a ops manager. Like, I don't have any control over it, but my rebuttal is like, why don't we just use this for good as much as we can? People all the time say that to me. I'm like, believe it or not, I don't have control over it. If I did, I would probably be on a yacht in the Mediterranean.
Sam?
Yeah, same. And there's just so much good. It's just the same thing with the internet. Like, the internet's used in such terrible ways, but it's also used in really beautiful ways.
Are you on Sam's radar, you think?
Maybe. I mean, we're getting there. We're manifesting it. But there were some really amazing contacts in your room that I'll tell you about afterwards that I've been manifesting, that afterwards came up to me and they were like, do you know so-and-so? I was like, no. And they're like, well, I think you should meet them. I'm connected with them. I was like, oh, great. I've only been manifesting that introduction for
Did you say her name already on the podcast?
Yeah.
Same. I think she's going to speak next year at Minted.
Really?
Yeah, we've already been talking to her.
Amazing. Amazing.
So let's talk about your launch. No big deal. You started this company like 18 months, 2 years ago, and you just had a $2 million launch.
Yes.
Can you share whatever you want to share?
Yeah, I'll give the whole breakdown. So this was the launch of our Automate to Accelerate 12-week AI program, where we teach founders and their teams how to become AI architects. And it was the fall 2025 launch. This is our 4th round. So I think one thing I'll say is doing the same thing over and over again and being so disciplined. Like, the only thing I've really changed is extending it to 12 weeks instead of 8 weeks. And that's really it. And then just bringing in people to help me with curriculum. But because I've been doing the same thing over and over again, I've just gotten so good at.
Alex Hormozy said, scaling does not mean more complicated.
Totally.
It just means doing the same thing.
Yes.
But bigger.
That's exactly right. Because every time you do it, you're like, well, that didn't work and that didn't work. So the launch is structured like this. So we do a 3-session boot camp. And that's $47 or $97
which I bought twice, by the way, and have never showed up.
Totally, because of the price point.
That is my toxic trait.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about these boot camps, and that's the hardest part. And the way that I sell, like, not even sell, I'm not even selling, the way that I teach, like, you really just have to be in person with me. It's not really something that you can learn in a PDF or an ebook. So that's just the way that we do it. And I actually had it reflected back to me too, that in this launch, I did 18 hours of low ticket training over the course of 2 weeks to get the 2.1 million, to get 340 businesses to purchase.
Tell me what you mean.
So I did
low ticket training.
Yep. So I did the 3-session boot camp. So let's do it. I did a kickoff party. That was 2 hours. Each of the boot camp sessions was 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, because people would just kept asking questions and we would riff, and I would, kind of like I was doing with the audience, but I would like flip them on my screen and start building things on the fly. And then we did a VIP day for the boot camp. So that whole experience was about 11 hours. And then I did 2 masterclasses that were free. back to back. So I did one on a Thursday, one on a Friday, and both of those were 3.5 hours of free training. Wow. So over the course of 2 weeks, it was 18 hours of training. And a lot of people from the boot camp even came into the masterclass. And that's also because of the nature of my offer. I have to create a problem because a lot of them don't even really realize. They're like, oh, I've done chat. I'm like, it's kind of like, you've had a cheeseburger. Have you had Bobby Flay's cheeseburger? Very different experience. So I have to show them, get them to taste it and feel it and create a gap of skill set. I've only been doing coaching, have a coaching business for 4 years. So I don't know what it was like 10 years ago, but I know 10 years ago, I think it was easier to just send a bunch of emails out, do some social posts.
Now people are skeptical because they've been burned by shitty people.
Absolutely. So they have to trust you. I don't want to discount the amount of work that went in to build that trust and build the authenticity. And I gave so much away. And that's what I want.
All
them
the while
to feel.
you had surgery and are recovering.
Yes.
We'll talk about that.
That threw a little wrench in the plans. We did paid ads. We spent about $80K on ads for the launch. We should have spent way more, but we're testing our ad game. That if Ashley knew that, she would probably be like, what the hell are you doing? We had the boot camp, the masterclass, and then I pitched at the end of the boot camp, and then I pitched both days in the masterclass, and then we sent, I think over the course of the last 5 days, we sent 15 emails, text messages, dropped voicemails, obviously some social. And yeah, we got 340 businesses in, about the $8K price point, some discounts if they purchase Foundations of AI. And it's going to be 12 weeks. And now we're gearing up for spring launch, which is insane. We're already thinking about it.
So this is like a money podcast. So what are you going to do with your money?
Ads, reinvest in team. We're manifesting our director of marketing. So if anyone's listening to this that wants to take the brand to the next level, my brand to the next level, we're bringing that person in. Yeah, all back in. I mean, we're going to live in Costa Rica for 3 months, so we're going to treat ourselves a little bit.
Yes.
But yeah, it's ads, marketing, brand, team. We just feel, it feels the momentum is there, especially the timing. It's like, we should just go all back in and do hopefully double in the spring for the launch.
What's the one change you would make from the launch?
Longer masterclass. So I only had
3.5 hours.
Well, I told him it was going to be 90 minutes. So I had an hour to teach, and then I did 30-minute pitch. And it's like, you can't, an hour is too tight. And it was only 50 minutes. So I needed a longer experience there. And honestly, like very much the same besides a way earlier ad spend start. So we only did 2 weeks before boot camp. We're probably going to start 4 to 6 weeks out and start to trickle, because you guys know this. It's like once you start to ramp the ad spend up, it's just really difficult. You have to make a slow trickle up, and then way more social, just more the details, right? Like, okay, ManyChat, you could spend a month just dialing in your ManyChat strategy. And that's what we're doing now. So I was one person only focused on the ManyChat. So more focus, and then affiliates. We had a great affiliate program. It was about 20% of our revenue this launch.
That's great.
Which is great. I want to double that. And we hired a full-time woman to just manage. She's amazing. Her name's Chantel. She's going to manage that entire affiliate program and just white glove service for them. I don't want them writing their own content. I want them to just feel like they're completely taken care of, and we can write their emails for them. We can be workshopping with them. So we did really well, I think, but we can take that program up to a whole new level. So if you would like to be an affiliate for next launch, you can reach out to me too for that.
Yeah, I would too. Let's talk about your goals. You did a $2 million launch. What's your overall goal for the company?
I think it's really about, one of my mentors is David Guillaume. So he's one of the fastest growing spiritual coaches in the world. And he also co-founded Mary Ruth Organics, which they're worth about $1 billion. And so he coaches me a lot. And I watch him work, and it's never a money goal. It's always an impact goal. And so our goal over the next 3 years is to train 100,000 leaders and team members in our program. And so that's been the North Star from the get. And so every decision that we're making there are so many people that come in, and to put it in perspective, we had about 5,000 people come through the boot camp and the masterclass, sign up for the boot camp or the masterclass, and 340 purchase Automate to Accelerate. So what keeps me up at night is the other 4,600 people.
Right.
So how do we serve them? How do we create that low ticket community so that we can serve them at a level. Maybe it's not as advanced as Automate to Accelerate, where we're building full systems with people, but they have that productivity skill set. So that's going to be January. We're launching Superhuman Works. That's going to be our low ticket community for everybody. So I want everyone from that, someone that has a W-2, they're a manager and they want to be that AI person at their company, to the folks that just can't get into A2A yet. So that's huge. And then I love growing this. I mean, I'm an athlete at heart, like just the game and the creativity and building the team and the culture that we have. So I'm just excited to grow that team and grow the energy. And I'm a words of affirmation love language. So
me too.
Yeah. It's just like hearing that feedback from your audience of how powerful the training has been. It's just it's an absolute kryptonite. It's like the drug for me. I'm like, that's all I want. So next couple of years is just going to be more of that. And I think when you focus on that, the money just kind of takes care of itself.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was so nice finally meeting you.
Likewise, Barb.
And thank you for being at the event and pouring into my people.
It was so powerful. So powerful. I loved it.
Where can people find you?
Our website is theuncommonbusiness.co. So we have all of our things on there. I do free masterclasses all the time. And then I'm Callan Faulkner on Instagram. And I link in bio is always updated with, I do free masterclasses like almost every other week. So pouring in tons of energy of my time. It is not my AI. So many people are like, is that an AI version of you? I'm like, no, I'm like making jokes about my like distant cousins on there. Like, no, I'm not an AI. So it is live experiences with me. So come, that's why I tell people to just come and hang out and learn a little bit. It's really fun.
Well, thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Life Changing Money. Don't forget to subscribe, and I would love if you left a review and shared it with your friends. See you next time.